Chilly indeed this time of year, as you would expect. The calendar turning to December here in the Twin Cities, but on the inside, football weather doesn't get much better than this. 69 degrees.
Easy, two kill. 657. Express. Bounce hot.
And naturally, we're thinking about running the ball. They come out throwing the ball, and they find the tight end, John Carlson, who grew up in nearby Litchfield, Minnesota. Some of the key players today, coach, for the Vikings.
They love to run left behind Matt Khalil and Charles Johnson. Jerome Felton did not play the first time these two teams faced one another. And Cordero Patterson, we've talked about special teams. He had a career-high 8 receptions as a receiver last week against the Green Bay Packers.
So John Carlson there, he'll get the bulk of the work at tight end. Kyle Rudolph still out with a broken foot. Adrian Peterson, his first carry, and very close to a first down, depending on the spot. Needed to get to the 38-yard line.
Well, the Bears defense is banged up. They need to have Stephen Pye on the inside with Jonathan Bostic, but watch for the safeties. Craig Stelz and Chris Conti. They're going to be down in the box all day long trying to stop the run of Adrian Peterson.
Yeah, they got another bad break injury-wise on defense when yesterday, day before yesterday, now Major Wright re-injured, tweaking the hamstring. So Stelz, a one-time starter for Chicago, in at safety. And falling down was Jerome Simpson. Second down and 10 after the first down run by Adrian Peterson.
On a prideful defense.
Well, Charles Tillman, he is a turnover machine again this year. Hoping somehow, some way they can get him back. Peterson slips one tackle but picks up only 3. Stopped there by Stelz, and it brings up 3rd down and 7 for Minnesota on this opening drive of the game.
Defensive coordinator Mel Tucker is very conscious of that. They want to keep him in the pocket.
Showing blitz, and here they come. And Ponder is sacked all the way back at the 29-yard line, and that's Julius Peppers. Picks up his team-leading 5th sack of the year.
You're going to watch Peppers come all the way from the right side. Watch how he loops all the way to the inside. That's about a $3 cab ride to get there.
His replacement, Josh McCown, has done a rock-solid job.
Yeah, they've won 2 games with McCown, and he's got 7 touchdowns to 1 interception, so he's managed the offense very well.
They'll start with a running game into the hands of Matt Forte off the right side. That'll be a gain of 3 on first down. McCown has played in 5 games. Today his 6th and his 4th as a starter. And those are the numbers. 77% last week against St. Louis. Set a Bears record with 36 completions in that game, but he took a physical beating.
As did the whole team. Like we said, the St. Louis Rams ran roughshod over this defense. It was a long day for the Chicago Bears last week.
Alshon Jeffries, second-year wide receiver out of South Carolina, having an excellent year. Appears to be maybe 2 yards shy of a first down.
Well, you got to look at that rookie right side on the offensive line of Long and Mills. Matt Forte, of course, a big part of the offense. And Brandon Marshall on pace to have yet another 100-reception year.
Set a Bears record last year. His first season was Chicago. 118 catches for over 1,500 yards. What a pickup he has been. Low snap, McCown handles it and nearly intercepted by Adi Cole. Boy, went right through his hands. Making his first appearance in over a year and a half in the NFL. He's going by Jeremiah Rattler. Most of you and most of us know him as just simply Jay Rattler. 4-time Pro Bowler during his days with the Dallas Cowboys. Ponder forever to throw. And throws deep down the field into double coverage. Incomplete with an eye on Simpson. Signed him on the 8th of November. Last year, got cleared to practice. That was a devastating groin injury he had. In fact, it required surgery. Rattler, for so many years with Dallas, among the very best at his position in all of football. Peterson wrapped up by Stelz. That's a couple of real nice plays in this one so far by Craig Stelz. 3rd and long coming up for Minnesota. It's a big game there, Brian. Big game both in the division for Philadelphia and in that final wild card chase in the NFC. Sacked for the second time today is Christian Ponder. And Stephen Paya, the first one there, had help from Isaiah Fry.
Yeah, he's over here on the defensive right side, and they're doing a lot of twisting and turning, are the Chicago Bears. There he just kind of splits the double team as Peppers comes along to the inside.
And we welcome you back inside Mall of America Field. Second possession for Chicago. Bears went 3 and out their first possession. And McCown on the slant connects with Brandon Marshall, and that's a gain of close to 10 on first down. Minnesota defense ranked 30th overall, 25th against the run, 29th against the pass.
Built inside out. Kevin Williams, the nose tackle. Audie Cole, we've already talked about. And like Chicago, the Minnesota Vikings are going to have to bring Sanford and Sendejo down into the box to stop the run.
See that points per game allowed. That's the most among all teams in the NFL. Giving up better than 31 points per game on once was the real hallmark of this Vikings franchise, a stout defense. First down, they fake it one way, fake it to Jeffrey. And McCown just throws it up and out of bounds and completes second down and 10. State, Michigan, a thriller. And then what an unbelievable finish to that Auburn win over #1 Alabama. The delay to Forte did not fool Minnesota. Robert Plant there as well as Cole. First. Third down, McCown throws and it's incomplete. Even if Martellus Bennett caught it, it was not enough.
125. 125. Hey, two kill. Nice. Expect it. Yeah, son.
After that penalty, it backed him up considerably as it's Peterson off to the left side. Stelz forced him back inside, and it turns into a gain of 6. 5 plays and a punt, 3 plays and a punt so far today from Minnesota.
Hey, watch my man down. 20. What's hot?
Take it to Peterson. Throw it to Simpson, and he did not hang on. Well, that looked like a play that should have been made by Jerome Simpson.
Today, that's a big challenge because if you can stop him here, you have to get decent field position.
Remember now, the first 2 Vikings series came to an end on sacks. One by Peppers, one by Paya and Fry, and a third comes to an end on sack. And Peppers for the second time, the first man there.
Last time we saw Peppers on the outside, loop all the way to the inside. Now you're going to see him inside as a defensive tackle. They didn't even waste time on the loop. They just put him one-on-one on the left side with Johnson, and that's Peppers all the way.
Only 19 sacks through the first 11 games. McCown on first down. What a catch made by Alshon Jeffrey. That was not a well-thrown ball.
Yeah, this is a heck of a catch by Jeffrey. One that last year he wouldn't have made. He threw it in behind it because of the presence of the linebacker. That looks more like Brandon Marshall making a catch like that. Alshon Jeffrey has been a huge addition for him this year.
Put it right back in his hands, and that's a first down to the 46-yard line. This duo has been something else. In fact, more yards, receiving yards, than any duo in the NFL of Jeffrey and Brandon Marshall.
Last year, part of the problem with Chicago Bears is that Brandon Marshall accounted for better than 50% of their receiving yards. He's down to 30% because of Alshon Jeffrey and Martellus Bennett.
See, they're the only pair in the NFL where each of the 2 receivers has over 800 receiving yards. A delay to Forte with running room. Down to the 30-yard line for Matt Forte. Jermon Bushrod leading the way.
And this is the difference in the running attack, where Minnesota wants to get in the eye, get downhill between the tackles. Chicago will be more apt to spread it out. Matt Forte, an excellent draw and trap runner. They want to spread it out, don't have a fullback in front of him too much because he likes to have all the vision with no one in front of him, and they'll spread it out.
It seems like every week, whenever Minnesota is playing, that Adrian Peterson gets all the top billing. And you can understand why, the kind of career he's having and the kind of year he's having. But I tell you what, Peterson has about 150 more rushing yards this year than Forte. Forte still has the 6th most rushing yards in the NFL, but Forte is closing in on 60 receptions out of the backfield.
And that's the key, the multi-dimensional player, particularly on screens. We haven't seen one yet, but he's very good at it. That's been his forte, I say with a tongue-in-cheek, because he's very good in and out of the backfield.
Well, you saw he's now moved into second all-time with the ability to run it and catch it. And yards from scrimmage. Intercepted. Right into the hands of Chad Greenway. Wasn't touched. Back on his feet. There is a penalty flag down at the line of scrimmage. Time it should have been an interception. That time it was, but called back.
Minnesota throwing a lot of different looks at the backup quarterback count.
Brandon Marshall, that'll be good enough for a first down to the 19-yard line. First down and 10 for Chicago in this scoreless game. Nearing the 3-minute mark here in the opening quarter. No chance to get that one to Marshall with great coverage by Xavier Rhodes. Seventh play of the drive, and they hand it to Forte. That'll be a gain of almost 4. This brings up an important third down. You saw those overall numbers for Chicago in the red zone. That's in the season.
The guy has to make tighter throws, plus you have to run the ball well.
4 for 2 on third down today. And Bennett able to stay on his feet. He'll get enough for a first down, and there is a flag in the secondary. 2 of them, and now third. Saw Greenway motioning to perhaps Bennett pushed off to get so wide open. From the 27-yard line. Earl Bennett left wide open. And the reception to the 12, about 3 yards short of the first down. Does Mark Trestman think about going for it? Nope. He will send out Robbie Gould, his outstanding field goal kicker. 30 yards out. It is good. I think the argument can be made that Robbie Gould might be the best kicker in the history of the NFL. 6 times in his career, Peterson has rushed for better than 100 yards against Chicago, including the first meeting back in week 2 this year. And big yardage for Adrian Peterson across midfield, run out of bounds at the Chicago 44-yard line.
Fine, as long as you can not let him get behind you.
Brandon Fusco, the guard, will open the way. They pitch it to Cordero Patterson. And that did not fool anybody. That is a loss of 7 on first down. Only 3-0 as we begin the second quarter. Called a loss of 6. So second down and 16. And Peppers immediately is off to a great start today, already with a pair of sacks. Wraps up Adrian Peterson after maybe a 2-yard gain.
Down the field throw. It's not going to be here because they're going to go passive on 3rd and a ton. They're going to have to make more yardage on 1st and 2nd down.
Ponder steps up and throws in a double coverage with an eye once more on Simpson. Good coverage by Bowman. Had help over the top from Conti, and Bowman is injured. A wonderful Thanksgiving weekend. Forte straight up the middle. That'll give him a little bit of breathing room, very close to a first down.
And Minnesota's trying to play a bit of a guessing game. As he comes into it, they kept the safeties high, gambling that maybe Chicago might throw the ball on first down. Instead, they ran the ball, and they guessed wrong. They're not holding up when they have a standard space in front. They need the help of the safeties. You can see them here up high. They need to get down into the body of the defense to stop this running game.
Forte back-to-back carries after the 12-yard run on first down. Good pickup here as he's wrapped up by Greenway. 5 years in a row has been the leading tackler for Minnesota. For whatever reason, Forte has been at his best away from Soldier Field.
Well, he's like Adrian Peterson. He likes this turf. He's going to be very good here in the Dome as well, because he's got both in and out of the backfield. He's got great footing here.
Second down and 3 straight carries for Matt Forte, and that one again good enough for a first down up to the 34-yard line. Carries 44 yards for Matt Forte, who's never had a 100-yard rushing day against the Minnesota Vikings in his outstanding career. Blitz coming, they pick it up, and Marshall a first down catch up to midfield.
You bring pressure, that's all well and good, but you avoid that area right in front of the quarterback. When you do that, you're going to see Marshall right here kind of rub off Martellus Bennett, comes underneath, the pressure by the backers inside, open it up, easy pitch and catch. Made it awful tough on Xavier Rhodes to catch up with Brandon Marshall.
What a great job by Forte. Whether you're handing in the ball, throwing in the ball, that time he picked up Cole on the blitz. Forte is one outstanding player. No room this time. Wrapped up immediately by the rookie Sharif Floyd, one of the 3 first-round picks Minnesota had in this year's draft. They'll send him to Seattle. Second down. And Bennett, short gain, maybe 3. Will bring up 3rd and long for the Bears, leading 3-0, just under 11 minutes to play until halftime. 3rd down and 8. Blitz coming, Forte picks it up, and looking for Bennett, it's overthrown. An impressive start offensively for Minnesota, but the Vikings only down 3-0. 10 minutes to go here in the opening half. Ponder lost it down the middle, and Simpson this time hangs on. All the way up to the 43-yard line. In traffic, Simpson went up to get it.
Chris Conte was all over this and just couldn't get in front of Simpson. The long arms, nice job reaching up for the ball, not letting it come down to your body. Or that Chicago comes right back and puts everybody on the line of scrimmage.
Peterson finds a way to sneak through, and Pepper's able to throw him out of bounds after a gain of almost 6.
Down. Ready. What's hot?
Peterson cuts it back to the inside, now along the sideline, run out of bounds by Stelz in the 35-yard line. All the way down to the 35-yard line after that 18-yard carry by Peterson. First time we've seen Toby Gerhart today. Gerhart had an excellent game last week. Ran for 91 yards. We've got Cordero Patterson in the backfield. And he's still on his feet inside the 20, and he will race to the end zone. 33-yard touchdown run for Cordero Patterson. The first rushing touchdown of this wide receiver's career. Now the count, and the Bears need an answer, trailing 7-3. And Forte bottled up, able to maybe gain a pair. Again for McCann, who just has to fire on the run, being chased by Big Everson Griffin, and now all of a sudden it is 3rd down and 8 for Chicago. So 0 for 4 thus far, as we mentioned, trying to convert on 3rd down. That penalty earlier killed him on the push-off call against Martellus Bennett in the red zone. Jeffrey, and they'll convert 3rd down here. Up to the 42-yard line on the reception by Alshon Jeffrey.
They just clear it out, and then bring Alshon Jeffrey underneath. They've had a lot of success with these little underneath routes, letting their playmakers, Brandon Marshall and Alshon Jeffrey, catch the ball and go.
There's been an outstanding pickup, signed as a free agent after 1 year with the Giants. So they convert on third down for the first time today. 1st and 10 from the 41, and McCown slings it out to Forte, who just lowers his shoulder and plows forward for a gain of 6.
Building the box.
Once more, the quick kick to Jeffrey. And he's down to the 42-yard line. That is already Jeffrey's 5th reception of the game.
Yeah, they bring the safety down. That gives him one-on-one coverage on the backside. And anytime McCown sees that kind of hole, he's going to raise up and hit it on the backside, looking for that one-on-one matchup.
5 catches, 57 yards for Alshon Jeffrey.
Wait. Hurry, son.
Bush for the first time in the game breaks a tackle, and he's chopped down to the 28-yard line. That'll be a gain of 14 on the first carry of the game for Michael Bush.
Nice job by that rookie right side. You're going to see Kyle Long and Jordan Mills get out in front of this. Again, hit him between the tackles, then get outside. We saw the Minnesota Vikings do it with Adrian Peterson. Now the Bears taking the page out of that playbook.
7th play of the drive. Bush out, Forte back in. 1st and 10 from the 27. Brandon Marshall, did he ever have the football? No. Incomplete pass. 4:13 to play until halftime. Chicago trails 7-3. 2nd down and 10. McCown looking around, and down he goes. Sacked for the first time in the game, and Chad Greenway got him. Bennett will not get enough for a first down tackle at the 22, so out comes Robbie Gold. And I'm not going to call it red zone because they were never officially in the red zone. But what do you call it? The high red zone. 40-yard field goal try out of the hold of Podledge. And this guy's something. Nothing wrong with that at all. First down, they give it to Adrian Peterson. Well, let's check in along the sideline with Laura Oakman.
I can't tell you most of what he said, 98% of it, but I'll tell you 4 words. He said often and loudly: tackle, take away, no more.
Well, the Vikings went 90 yards on their last drive, and it only took them 5 plays to do it. 4 times they ran the ball, and they run it here. As Peterson appears to have enough for a first down on a play that will take us to the 2-minute warning. And the Vikings have all 3 timeouts. First down from the 30. They fake it to Peterson, and we're going to go to Jennings, but of course getting in the way was Shane McClellan.
Not just clutch on the field. That was pretty good. He was in for the delivery and got out.
Well, congratulations to the entire Gold family, both sides of the family. For that birth of your first child, I don't know if there's anything in the world.
They need their superstar to have a big impact, and so far it has.
A minute 20 to go. It's a 3rd down and 8. What a catch. But far short of the first down is Jennings. Ponder down on hands and knees. He hit the deck. He's already been sacked 3 times in the game and hit a lot more than that.
Well, again, they're bringing 5, 6, 7-man pressure. Nothing illegal about that. Just kind of got squeezed in the vice.
First down for Chicago, starting from their own 24-yard line. Bears have 1 timeout left. And McCown throws a bullet into the arms of Jeffrey, and he's out to the 47-yard line. Taking a look at Ponder. And a concussion protocol instilled by the NFL. Gain of 23 on first down. Remember, the Bears have one timeout left. Jeffrey with 80 receiving yards in the first half. Catch by Bennett. To it coming out of McCown's hand, but once again it is Jeffrey. That is already his 7th catch, and he's knocking on the door of 90 receiving yards.
Again, the pressure just kind of collapsed around Ponder. Hard to see where the hit actually came from.
The Bears did use their final timeout, preserving the 10 seconds. 3rd down and a yard, and a quick throw batted down at the line of scrimmage. It's a smart play there by Robinson, understanding the situation.
Feel good about being up by 1. Heading the locker room.
Hand it off to Gerhardt. He's out across the 20, and that will be the final play of this opening half. McCown hit on 14 out of 23, 154 yards, and McCown hit 5 different receivers. Among those 14 completions. Put it in the hands of Jeffrey, bounces off, spins out of 1 tackle. And it gets back to the line of scrimmage, and we check in along the sideline with Laura Oakman.
Back to you.
All right, Laura, thank you very much. So we'll get a look at Matt Castle. Pump fake by McCown, and then throws down the middle to Jeffrey, and he's got it. And one man to beat for Alshon Jeffrey, and he will get into the end zone. No penalty flags on the play. An 80-yard touchdown strike to Alshon Jeffrey, who beat Chris Cook.
Turnovers and explosive plays, still the 2 largest determinants for success in the National Football League. This is exactly what we're talking about, generating that big play on 1st and 2nd down to put pressure on the defense of the Minnesota Vikings as they continue to build that box to stop Matt Forte, and that's exactly what they did there.
That's the best single game record in Bears history, and he might break that here today.
And you can see what I'm talking about here. Jeffrey in the slot, and you end up with Chris Cook on him, but they bring the safety down. You can see Sendejo right there. That's a single high defense. That means there's only one guy in the middle of the field. That puts a lot of pressure on Chris Cook to match up with the 6'3", actually more like 6'4", Alshon Jeffrey.
Jeffrey, his 4th receiving touchdown of the year. Beautifully thrown ball by McCown.
And I don't know that you could play it any better by Cook. He's just a half-inch short.
NFC West title in 2010 through 27 touchdowns that season. They hand it off to Peterson on first down at 15, and he gets 4 of it back. Been so long now, many forget that Peppers was both a football and basketball standout at the University of North Carolina back in his days with the Tar Heels. Castle has started 2 games. That was in late September, early October. He has played in 2 other games. Sit on 65% of his passes. And his first throw today on the money to Greg Jennings, his first catch, and that's a first down to the 37, and the first 3rd down conversion for Minnesota. Beautiful throw, and again it is Jennings crossing midfield, and he's to the 45-yard line. Castle 2 for 2.
Inconsistency, he certainly showed that.
Back on the ground, and Peterson. Really wrapping him up around the leg, and a good thing was Stelz, because Peterson was already sniffing a big one.
Well,
and he'll get the football. Spins his way down to the 36, and that's where he's tackled shy of the first down. Who's there to help in on the tackle. 3rd down. Play fake. Wide open Carlson, and Castle missed it. He was wide open as the Bears took that play fake. Now 4-5 on 4th and a yard. And make it 5 out of 6 as they give it to the big fella, and he's down to the 30.
That's going to have to do it.
Bears on their first possession get the big touchdown. And now it is Carlson, and this time that throw is on the money, and it's 1st and goal, Minnesota.
And that's brought about the aforementioned Peterson right here. They play fake. He comes right to the outside. Look at the backer step up. That opens up that alley with the trailing defender. In this instance, it was Stelz, not able to keep up with Carlson with no help underneath, forcing a different throw because the linebackers were screaming up to stop Adrian Peterson.
22-yard gain on the reception by Carlson. From the 8, it is 1st and goal. Peterson to the outside and wrapped up. Beautiful tackle by Conti. A touchdown-saving tackle for the time being. All these beautiful pictures from in and around the Twin Cities. 2nd down and goal for the Vikings. Peterson back in there. And he's inside the 5 and still not down. We'll see where they spot it. Third and goal from inside the 5. Castle not known for his running ability, and a flag is down as he is denied the end zone right at the goal line. But again, we wait on the penalty.
Rather than give them the chance to think about it and go for a touchdown, hopefully stop them here and force them into a field goal.
Batted into the air and complete. And that may have been Julius Peppers yet again making an impact on a big play.
Yeah, it was. We've seen it time and again from the outside. He loops all the way from the outside, comes inside, sees he's not going to get home, and with that reach now, getting those hands up, excellent play. This is as big a play as this defense has made in a while. You're going to have to chip in a little bit.
Been another good day for Josh McCown, replacing the injured Jake Cutler. Will turn and hand it to Forte. Out across the 30, the 35, the 40, and Forte still on his feet. Across midfield. And finally able to drop at the 42-yard line.
Here they go again. You can see they packed the box. This was beautiful. Right here, you're going to see they got all sorts of people lined up right here. Gives just a subtle pass fake to the outside. Catch everybody collapsing to what looked like it was going to be a screen, and then turn Matt Forte loose. Big plays by Alshon Jeffrey, and Matt Forte got the Bears rolling.
Yard carry for Matt Forte. He'll go to the sideline, and McCown to throw it. Looking up top to Alshon Jeffrey, who tried to come back to the inside to get it. An excellent coverage again by Chris Cook.
And brilliant move by Alshon Jeffrey.
Bears trying to do that here today on 3rd down. McCown steps up and again looking for Jeffrey. And did he catch it inbounds? It didn't look. They call it a touchdown.
Unbelievable.
They call it a touchdown. A penalty flag comes down in the end zone. And I'm sure we're going to have this dissected in every way imaginable to see if indeed Jeffrey was able to get both feet down and then get into the end zone.
Watch the end of this. This is Calvin Johnson-esque. Not only going up and getting it, staying in bounds, but maintaining control, recognizing I can't let this ball move an iota or they're going to bring it back. That was a brilliant play by Alshon Jeffrey. That definitely might be the one that you'll see on Fox Sports 1.
So now the largest lead of the game. Chicago up by 10. Long way to go. 5:15 to play in the 3rd quarter. If you're just joining us, Matt Castle on relief of the injured Christian Ponder. And a fifth.
Down. White 25. White 25. White 29. Raider. Easy, fellas. Easy. Express. Down. Set.
Peterson. How about that footwork? And that's a gain of 13. Close to midfield is Adrian Peterson.
Well, Peterson's going to crank him off for a whole bunch more yards.
Around again, it's Peterson again. Breaks it to the outside. And tries to turn it back to the inside. And is able to get down to the Chicago 44-yard line. That'll be a gain of 7 on first down for Adrian Peterson.
We talk about, I want you to watch, we talk about the power of Adrian Peterson. Now I want you to watch the jump cut. It's not there, just that side little jump cut right here, and then the explosion, the speed. Again, nice job once he gets to the perimeter by the Chicago Bear defense, stringing it out and making an open field tackle.
121 rushing yards. That's 4 in a row of 100 yards or better against Chicago for Adrian Peterson. But his team trails by 10. Long throw, dangerous throw, incompleted throw. Longer than 20 years the last time out.
Minnesota looks confused right now.
Sacked is Castle back in midfield.
Yeah, the receivers had no clue what it is they were trying to run. They lined up in a bunch alignment. Jerome Simpson was still looking to the sideline trying to figure out what are we doing here. Right here you can see Simpson. He's looking at the sideline. What are we doing, guys? What's the actual call? They misaligned right from the get-go, and you can see the delayed. It's like, okay, well, I'm just going to run inside because I'm not sure what play we're running.
A couple of touchdowns, an 80-yard touchdown and a 46-yard touchdown. And then McCown just throws it up and throws it away.
Out of the game. That's going to have an effect on what Minnesota can do defensively.
Second down and 10. Bears with a 10-point lead back in the hands of Jeffries. What a move. And another big gainer for Alshon Jeffrey. All the way to the 33-yard line. That is a 19-yard reception for Jeffrey. And a new Bears franchise single-game record.
Bears just takes a slant, then goes up vertical down the field. Cook had great coverage on that. Barry just outruns him, and then maybe the best play I've seen all year long. This is unbelievable. And here, go right at Sherrill, who is in for the now ejected Cook with a quick screen to the outside.
That is 234 receiving yards for Jeffrey, who breaks his own team record, which he set back in week 5 against New Orleans.
Indeed, the Houston Texans can pull off what is mildly put as an upset. I don't care if it's home or otherwise.
McCown lobs it up there. What a throw by McCown. Beautiful throw to Matt Forte, and he's to the 45. I'll tell you this, McCown. Guy's been around for 11 years. He's getting a chance to do it, and he is doing it.
He's out here in the slot. There's not too many backs, as good as throw as this is, that can catch a fall-away shot like this over the right shoulder. That shows you the versatility of Matt Forte as well. A lot of receivers can't make that kind of catch and keep their feet in bounds.
Well, Mark Trestman said he just loves the leadership, even when he was the backup. The selflessness, the toughness of McCown as they hand it off to Forte, and he picks up maybe a yard. They're swept in their season series against Detroit. So with a tiebreak, Detroit would be the division leader. But you go to 2 games over the 500 mark. Long way to go. Forte on the pitch. All right, Brian Billick, I want to ask you the question. If you're the head coach, he's healthy to play. I can't wait to hear this answer. Because I guarantee you their fight's starting in Chicago one way or the other. I know Chicago. I lived in Chicago. Well, and I can tell you what they're saying in Chicago.
He just threw an incompletion, so I'm yanking. He'll understand if that move's made.
So there you go. Nice throw there by Castle on first down. And that is Jarius Wright's first catch of the day. Now, they give him a couple of weeks to get ready. He starts the game, and it was an awful game against the New York Giants as Peterson carries up to the 40-yard line. And
these three guys, we have to go into what looks to be a pretty good quarterback draft.
Castle steps in there and has it batted down at the line of scrimmage. It brings up 3rd down and 6.
And we talk about a quarterback draft. Let's talk about this could be a unique veteran free agent market for quarterbacks as well, just in terms of some of your options.
Castle delivers to Wright, and he has the right stuff to move the chains. That's up to the 47-yard line.
Speak in terms of these throws down the field, taking advantage of the one-on-one matchup from the outside.
Play action. Excellent coverage by Tim Jennings. First time we called his name today. That's because they're not trying to go after anybody he's guarding. Last 2 years, more interceptions than any defender in the NFL. Led the league last year. He went to the Pro Bowl last year. Second down and 10, and Peterson barrels his way to a first down and even more. How about that for Adrian Peterson? They will stand and applaud that effort.
We've seen the speed on the outside. We've seen the jump cut. Now just the sheer power and strength of an Adrian Peterson. Not willing to go down. Just wrapped up. This is again now on the flip side. Mel Tucker of the Bears is going to be a little upset. How many of it does it take for you guys to get this guy on the ground?
137 yards for Peterson after that 13-yard run. And how about the juggling act, the reception made by Felton out of the backfield. Be a nice pickup on first down. Took a shot to the head. And left in the final seconds of the opening half. 8th play of this drive. Castle, a strike to Patterson. And depending on where they spot it, he's very close to a first down. Looks to be just short.
Maybe because they're facing the league's worst run defense, or maybe because Adrian just bought the entire line snowmobiles that were delivered today.
They need a little snow. That offensive line needed a little bit of help on 3rd down and a foot, because I don't think Peterson got there. We'll see where they spot his initial contact. Hurry up. Play clock down to 3. On 4th down and a foot. Peterson. A first down and more. Spins out of one tackle, shoves his way out of another, and finally run out of bounds. Adrian Peterson to the 12.
How many times do you see this on a short yardage play? Everybody flowing to make the play. Stelz overruns it. He cuts it back, and then this is just pure Adrian Peterson. He's not almost human. He's inhuman. This guy, I tell you what, and particularly, again, not that you need that kind of motivation. This is a 2-8-1 football team. That's just sheer pride, professionalism that has you play that way.
156 receiving yards. Gerhardt inside the 10, and he's down to the close to the 7-yard line. Throw to the back of the end zone, and it's batted down. Castle rolling, throws to the back of the end zone, and that is a touchdown for Greg Jennings. What's it look like after all the drama yesterday? One of the best of the best of past week of the ones. First down. Bears need a big drive here. And it does doesn't begin well, that'll be a 1-yard loss. Floyd along with Greenwood. Mitchell there as well in on the stop.
See an opportunity here to impact this game.
And 3 of those real stalwarts, if you will. Kevin Williams, Jared Allen, Chad Greenwood with the 3 remaining pieces. As McCown is dropped, flips the ball forward, and then it lands in the arms of a Bear offensive lineman. Now it's loose. And let's see who got on top of that football. It is Minnesota football. Not sure what happened from the beginning there with McCown. That's pretty heads-up play right there by Audie Cole. He was initially the one who tapped the ball into the air. Ended up in the arms of Long. And then it looked like Cole was a guy who, at least in part, helped cause a fumble.
On the field is the ball was hit by a defensive player, then caught by an ineligible number 75. That's legal because it was touched. He then fumbled the ball, and the defense recovered the ball. It will be Minnesota's ball, 1st and 10.
Tell you what, Audie Cole, they've been talking about him all week, Brian. And now, all of a sudden, the Bears, who had a 10-point lead just minutes ago, came to a 3-point lead, and Minnesota with a ball at the 18. It's in the hands of Peterson. Looking for room, and somehow turns it into a positive play.
But the injuries have been the key here. An almost entirely new group defensively from the inside out.
Batted down once more at the line of scrimmage.
Vikings 2 of 12 on 3rd down. Not bigger than this one.
Peterson 1-on-1 down the bottom of your screen. But they go the other way. Beautifully read defensively. And that's the rookie Jonathan Bostic. And a flag comes in.
Oh my gosh.
After the play had already been decided, short of a 1st down. And we'll see if Bostic has
After the play was over, taunting, number 57 defense, half the distance to the goal, automatic, 1st down.
If there is ever such a thing as a rookie mistake, this is it.
Well, you cannot. This is a brilliant open field tackle. We talked about how well the Bears have been doing that all game long. Takes them to ground. It's going to bring in the field goal team and then stands over. I know a little bit of a shove there. Here's the taunting. You cannot stand over a player and taunt him. Like you said, huge rookie mistake. New series, 1st and goal on the 6-yard line. Wow.
Peterson backed up. It's a nice play by Landon Cohen. They picked him up after Dallas turned him loose. Young man out of Ohio University, and that's his 1st tackle today. It is intercepted by Kasim Green. He is across the 40 and all the way to the midfield line. It was in the hands of Red Ellison, who scored his 1st career touchdown last week. Should have caught this one for a touchdown moments ago. 1st and goal with a chance to, at the very minimum, tie the game. Perhaps even take the lead on a touchdown that should have been. But it turns into an interception, and now the Bears with the ball. They get 8 yards from Forte, trying to put this one on ice.
Unbelievable series. A fumble of all people by Kyle Long, the offensive lineman. Then on 3rd down, that would have taken them off the field. They get a taunting. And now here's the pick. And again, the most unlikely of ways, the ball popped up into the air. Unbelievable set of circumstances.
Well, denied the 1st down is Forte. And Minnesota pointing as if that ball came loose, which it does not.
And up here with an extra lineman. It's got run written all over on a key 3rd down to maintain possession for the Bears.
And they give it to Forte. And let's see.
I don't believe he got it.
It looks like he's short. And Mark Trestman will send out his punter, Adam Podlesh. Three-point game as the snap is fumbled, and it looked like Castle was able to get on top of it. Of course, Minnesota has one of the best long-range kickers in all of the NFL, at Blair Walsh. Castle on second down. Peterson tripped up at the 8-yard line. Getting back close to the original line of scrimmage, and that, but they're a long way from even a long field goal try.
I'm betting on somebody. I'm betting on Greg James in the slot.
Third down and 11. Castle has it knocked down once more at the line of scrimmage. Leslie Frazier, does he go on 4th and 11 with $1:55 and 2 timeouts remaining, or does he punt it away?
Well, at this point, he's just trying. Nice job again. We can see the defensive line. If you can't get home, jump up and knock the ball down. Or you could say maybe get the punt here, count on your defense. 4th and 11 is a long way to go.
And Castle, good protection, and they convert on 4th down and 11. It's Jerome Simpson up to the 28-yard line, and Minnesota naturally in hurry-up mode with 1:42 to go. A gain of 20 on 4th and 11 inside their own 10. They drop it off to Peterson, who is wrapped up in the field of play by Bowman, who was injured early in the game, and Castle wants a timeout. Down the middle, and again it is Simpson, and he's to the 49-yard line. A first down with 1:20 to go.
That's twice Simpson's just found an alley in the second level behind the linebackers.
Castle fires to a wide open tight end. And that is Carlson down to the 32, and that's more than within range of Blair Walsh, whose career long is 56 yards. He is hit from 54. This year is his season best. 40 seconds to go. Pump fake. And it is right. And he makes a catch. And it is down to the 13-yard line. 12-yard line. All of this on the heels of a 4th and 11.
This leaves Minnesota with a lot of options now. With 36 seconds left and a timeout,
Castle is hit on 5 straight passing attempts, beginning with that 4th down and 11 for 79 yards, and this one batted down. He's had a number of those since taking over at halftime. For 2nd down and 10 to the end zone, and it is in and out of the hands of Simpson. Bowman there in good coverage. It looked like he had it momentarily. Blitz coming. Castle just throws it away. They're screaming for intentional grounding there, who has missed only twice all year. We are tied. How about the last 5 minutes of this game? Going for 160 yards here today. They're going to kick it away, and you know Hester's bringing it out. There's no debate about that. Here he comes around the 15 to the 20. And Devin Hester to the 45. Run out of bounds by Walsh. And now with 14 seconds left, the Bears, who have 3 timeouts remaining. And it begs the question, I would assume, Brian Billick, why would one kick to Devin Hester?
Yeah, you would expect them to pull a page out of the Chicago playbook, kick it short, let an up back take it. With that much time left on the clock, 14 seconds, you're not going to try a lot down the field. You're going to go into overtime. Now with the timeouts that the Bears have, they've got the full playbook. They got a couple shots to get down into field goal position.
McCown sacked right in midfield by Robinson, and the Bears will spend a timeout. We'll see when they call that timeout. McCown got to get rid of it quickly. Throws to the far side. And falling down is Bennett. And, well, you wonder what happened to the clock. Now down to 2. They call a timeout. This would be a 66-yard field goal attempt. Should he make this, it would be the longest in the history of the NFL. They give Gold the chance. Does he have enough? No. Now Patterson can bring it out. Fakes one way. And he's still on his feet, but tackled at the 21, and that will be the final play of regulation. Of course, Devin Hemster's done that one time in his career.
Yeah, and that's something that, you know, you cover with the players all the time, but until you live it, you really don't internalize it.
McCown. And who else would he throw to than Alshon Jeffrey? That is a gain of 11. Jeffrey has already set a Bears franchise record today. Great protection. Well, you said it. Let's find a way to find Brandon Marshall, and that they do to the 48-yard line.
Yeah, other than you're going to get a lot of cover 2 because of the depleted secondary and make McCown make these throws down the field, but they're getting perilously close to field goal range.
Forte behind the line of scrimmage is dropped by Kevin Williams. There was movement along that line. Was it Williams who came across too early? Was it? So first down at 15. The ball rests on the Chicago 49. And McCown steps up under pressure, hit as he throws, and batted down as Rhodes came back in there to make a play. A hit by Kevin Williams caused Jeffrey. That was a play that was a big gainer early. Played beautifully this time by Minnesota defensively, and a flag comes in.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. 3-man rush.
Ball is loose. And it looks like Bushrod covered it up. But Jared Allen celebrating. First time we called his name all day today. Got the sack and the strip. Minnesota given a chance. Goes down the field on its last possession and ties the game on a field goal after missing a chance on a game-winning touchdown the series before. Anyway, the game comes to an end for the team receiving the overtime kickoff is if they score a touchdown or on a safety. Peterson slipped, tried to cutting it back to the inside, but it looked like he got enough for a first down.
It's exciting, but this is more like football.
Express.
Castle tripped up. Boston got it. It'll be a loss of 3 on first down.
And I know you're not asking, but since it's been a topic all week long, I'd let him play all the way to conclusion.
But you agree a game should not end in a tie?
Oh, I agree. That's what I'm saying. I would do away with the tie in just the 1 quarter. Let him play it out. Make it an untimed quarter.
Jennings on the catch, tries to cut it back to get additional yards. He maybe gets 1 more, which brings up 3rd and 1. Under 10 minutes in, overtime remaining. Peterson, stiff arms Conti. Flag comes in. Peterson run out of bounds at the 32-yard line, and we wait on the penalty flag. After the penalty, the ball all the way down to the 21. They'll hand it to Peterson. And that's one thing you did not want to happen, is to lose yard.
too many things that can go wrong.
Peterson gets that yardage back. And he's right back really to the original line of scrimmage. Right around the 21. So this will be third down, and here comes Walsh to try and win it. Yet they drafted him in the 6th round, a Pro Bowler last year, and a game winner to beat Chicago today. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. We have a penalty flag down on the field.
Or did we get a timeout?
Face mask, number 40, offense, 15-yard penalty.
Wow.
Replay third down.
That is Rhett Ellison, who earlier in the game dropped the touchdown inside the end zone that would have been the game winner.
I don't see it unless he had his left hand up in the face mask.
They gave it to Peterson.
And he lost more yards.
Yep. All right, let's see. 38. This would be roughly a 55, 56-yard field goal try. Yep. Low liner, and it is no good. Wide left. We play on in Minnesota.
And keep in mind where this ball is spotted now.
It'll be a tough night tonight if Minnesota loses this game for Reynolds. First down in the hands of Forte. And he is tripped up to the 47-yard line. Ellison had that ball thrown by Castle right in his hands in the end zone after getting his first career touchdown last week. Which costs him, at least for the time being, a game-winning field goal. Forte has enough for a first down to the Minnesota 42-yard line.
All right, we're going to go back and look at this field goal attempt. Ellison down here on the right side. And just as he reaches up right there on the left hand, you can see it right there. The thing just gets a hold of the face mask with his left hand.
First down in the 22. Forte. Good, strong running from Matt Forte to the 33-yard line. Just short of a first down, but another outstanding day for Forte. We brought up before the game ever started, oftentimes in any game against Adrian Peterson, you're the overshadowed back in the game. But Forte, 116 rushing yards, as once more Gold is cranking it up.
It's fitting that the Bears would run this into scoring position.
Right there at the line of scrimmage. Okay, Brian. Third down. A moment ago, we saw the third down try for Minnesota. They might get in that favorable spot. Just set it down. Try to bring it inside. 45 for Gold. It's down to the 29. So right now we'll be right around a 46-yard field goal try. 47-yard field goal try by Robbie Gold to try and win it for Chicago. It is on the way, and he missed it wide right. Two of the best and most accurate field goal kickers in the NFL. Walsh and now Gold miss with a chance to win it.
And it's deja vu all over again, because now the Minnesota Vikings are in excellent field position to drive to try yet another game-winning field goal.
Minnesota will start this drive. They're Gold missed it. 37-yard line, and Peterson breaks it to the outside, still on his feet, and dives forward up to the 41-yard line as we're under 4 minutes to go in the overtime. And again, we repeat, it can end in a tie. For Gold, the birth of his first child, and now disappointment after that miss. But a chance to win the game. Castle hit as he threw, but had enough on it. And to the 43-yard line, the catch made by Greg Jennings, who's really come around since Castle entered this game.
Laura Oakman's report, the player said just pick one. Well, they did. Now they may have to pick another one.
Steps up, guns it over the middle, and it's dropped by Patterson. I mean, you look at the numbers for Castle. Second and 10, and Peterson cuts it back to the inside, took a big shot that hangs onto the ball to the 31-yard line, a gain of 11, and that is a first down for Minnesota. Two as an extra offensive lineman, and they continue to give it to Peterson. Back to the inside, and finally tackled as the Bears are trying to strip it away from him. For the 2-minute warning. Second down and 6. Back in the hands of Peterson. And he's still on his feet. All the way inside the 20. Nobody can bring him down. He is raced by 200-plus rushing yards today. And they're sending out the field goal unit to try and win it again. 211 rushing yards for Adrian Peterson. 35 attempts, had 32 rushes last week in the overtime tie. And now Walsh from 34 yards away. And it is good. Minnesota has won it in overtime. What a blow for the Chicago Bears.